welcome back to the Try Time Podcast. I'm Matt.
And I'm Callum.
And this is episode 33. And yeah, we're going to go through all the results and fixtures from the Super League, Championship and League One as usual. And God help us, Callum's talking Bradford.
Yeah, we're back, baby. Back to, look at this, straight in the background if you're watching on YouTube. We're back to Odsal. You just love to see it. We'll get onto that later on though.
Whether we love to hear about it is another matter. But before we get onto this impending doom, let's start. Should we start in the Super League this week? Should we go back to normal?
Yeah, let's go. Super League.
What a cracker to start things off. Salford losing by a drop goal against Wigan. Wigan off the pace or Salford's best performance of the season?
I think
the answer is no idea because we don't get to watch any of it on our league.
Yeah, I think Wigan. I think they've had a lot of performances like this season where they've not looked good, but they've got the job done in many cases, haven't they? Like, you know, twice against Lee, this exact sort of things happened to Wigan where they've played bad but managed to scrape a victory. And you know, I think it probably is a credit to Adrian Lamb, which that leads us into a quick plug of the Saturday video from last week, which were the Super League coaches tier list. So if you want to find out where Adrian Lamb ended up, then go check that one out. Card will be in top.
Here's a hint, he wasn't Championship standard.
No, but potentially the person you were facing in this match may have been. But you'll have to find out.
Well, I don't think there's any Championship coach in the next clash either. Warrington, 38-14 winners at home to Cass. That's got to be humbling for Powell, even if it is against his new employers.
Yeah, big result for Warrington, really. Big win. Interesting how this, because obviously this is going to be the semi-final of the Cup as well, like the permutations of this on that, you know, did Cass approach it wrong, that sort of thing. But I mean, Warrington needed a bounce back win, didn't they, after the performance against Huddersfield last week? So
well, they've definitely got that.
Oh, 100%. So I think fans will be happy they finally got to see the team win in person and not get done over by Lee Gaskell like last week.
Yeah, well, that's very true. The one team that won't have a happy set of fans is St Helens. Their unbeaten run is over and it is at the hands of our lovely French friends, Catalans. 20 points to 16. What went wrong here?
It's one of them where you've got to think that if Saints were ever, we like I said last week, we were saying about St Helens might go unbeaten or like they'll push it a bit, but
that aged well.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's official. Callum is to blame.
And
there we go.
There's another game that's happened this week, which we also predicted would go like the other way, and the team. But we'll get on to that. But yeah, if you saw,
did I not predict Catalan for something different in last week's predictions?
Potentially, yeah. But I do think
if we have, find out and chop that in, because if so, I am a genius.
I do think that if Saints were going to lose, it would be in a game like, you know, over a away game in France. Like that sort. Do you know what I mean? You'd expect it to come in a game like that, which is generally an hard place to go, different conditions and that sort of thing. So it's just, I don't think.
What I prefer,
yeah,
is in the words of St Helens' most famous fan, Johnny Vegas in Benidorm, I'm officially the Oracle.
Oh dear.
With that, shall we move on to Sunday?
Yeah, let's go on to Sunday, which is some interesting results.
Yeah, definitely. Lee, they turned up. That's about all I can say. They lost 44-6 at home to Huddersfield. That's a shocker.
Yeah, I mean, Huddersfield as well, obviously, Lee, we kind of expected Huddersfield to do the job on Lee, but you've also got to probably give a bit of credit to Huddersfield.
Margin.
Yeah, Huddersfield are playing really well now. That Watson sort of style of play, grittiness, kind of that bit of a backbone that Huddersfield have missed for the last few years, I think is actually starting to come out. And I think,
is he off of fraud watch?
I think
he's close to being off of it. He
needs another win against a team around their level, because you kind of expect them to do the job on Lee. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean the Warrington result is probably the only one really that I wouldn't have said they had a good chance at winning. So another big result like this, and I think he's off fraud watch, and then I don't know who. I think the entire Lee squad replaces him, trying to kid themselves into thinking they're a Super League team.
Yeah,
speaking of teams kidding themselves into thinking they're Super League teams, Wakefield have actually won a match.
Yeah.
Is this pivotal to their survival?
Well, this is the one I were on about. We were saying Saints would go season unbeaten with like Wakey might not. Wakey and Lee might only like the games against them two might be the only games they pick up points. Do you know what we were saying? We couldn't see.
I don't know. We might have another draw and a golden point.
Yeah, but we wasn't expecting. We couldn't see Wakefield actually putting a team over. Which fair play to them. You know, fair play to Chester and everyone there, 17 players who played, they got the job over a tough old KR side as well, who haven't been playing too bad.
No, but I mean, Arona, he literally accelerated about as quick as a Seat Arona to get that try over the ball. that ball over the try line even. And yeah, for anyone that doesn't understand cars, that's not very quick.
Yeah, true.
But he got there. Fair play to him. What a random try that was.
Yeah,
now,
in front of home fans as well. So, Wakey fans, you know, you've been watching your team on telly be absolute crap, and then at least they've turned up when you're there. Yeah.
Now, Wakefield's losing run stretches back to last season, so that'll be a big result for them. And yeah, to have the home fans in support will be good. Now, a few of you probably noticed that I sound a bit weird today. This isn't my mic, by the way. I'm recording this on Monday night where I'm practically lucky to be able to still talk after the final game on Sunday, which was basically Leeds Rhinos 12, Hull FC featuring Marcus Griffiths 18.
Oh, okay.
Now, on a serious note, he was abysmal for both sides. I don't know why this guy is Super League standard. He's not. He's crap. Get rid of him. He missed high shots and offsides from both teams. Absolutely appalling.
But
enough about ref rant for this week. Hull FC deserved the win.
But what I want to ask you is I haven't been back into a stadium yet because Bulls aren't had a home game yet, but you have been. What's it like? Talk us through the experience then.
Well, I'll tell you what, it doesn't sound like there's only 4,000 in Heading, let me put it that way. It was probably about as electric as a capacity semi-final. This just proves you don't need the numbers to get the atmosphere. I'll tell you what, it was brilliant. And bar Conrad Hurrell literally having the defensive ability of an 85-year-old nan, there was a hell of a lot to get behind. You know, I think Leeds gave a good account of themselves. Hull FC controlled the game well. I'll say this as a compliment. They played to the referee's whistle brilliantly.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, because he did not stop the game for anything, basically. You could do whatever the hell you wanted out on there. Apart from if your Leeds get a try from the video ref. I'm still not convinced about some of these decisions, but whatever. And also, Tom Briscoe, please stop barrel rolling everywhere. Just put the bloody ball down.
Oh dear.
Right, I think I've finished my rant about individual players now.
Are Leeds in trouble of going down?
No.
But
because Lee still exist.
Yeah. But if they didn't, you'd be worried. I think. Yeah, there's a few teams below you, obviously.
I think against any team, I think Hull FC are one of the few teams in this league that could have actually done the job on Sunday night.
Yeah.
Hull, Saints, Wigan, and I think maybe that's it. I think the rest of them would have lost that game.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, I mean Hull are playing some good rugby out there, so it kind of is to be expected, really. But I do think you're going to struggle for playoffs now. I do think that might maybe a distant.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree with that one. I think if they do pick up some big results these next few weeks, and I'm talking Cass away next week, Saints at home, there's maybe an outside chance that they can sneak a charge for 5th. But at this point, I don't really think that's the aim anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, though, if you do end up making that, then you'll have to go on some run, which would probably land you around, like, one of the favourites to actually win the grand final, because you'll be on
Leeds
form.
Finish 5th.
Yeah, that's true. But, like, if you get playoffs, you'll have to have been on a really good run for the rest of the season to get there, meaning that you're probably going to be in form going into them if you do make it. So...
yeah,
be
that's
interesting.
very true.
Be interesting, won't it?
It will. Well, let's jump into the Championship anyway, see what's happening there. And Toulouse are still yet to lose, 66-18 against Swinton. I feel like that's a pretty run-of-the-mill game.
Well, yeah, Toulouse are top at league, unbeaten. Swinton can't get a win. They're sat at bottom at table.
You can't get a point.
Yeah, they're struggling. They're completely struggling, and they need to start picking some results. I don't doubt the players have got. I don't doubt the performances against some teams have been really good, but they just can't get. You can't put an 80-minute performance. It's a bit like Wakefield, where in spurts they look decent, but they just can't get a result together until this week.
Even Wakefield have won now, though.
Yeah, that's
they look
true.
like Lee.
Yeah, well, potentially, yeah.
In fact, I think a few teams struggled. It was a week for big wins in the Championship, really. I think this was one of the ones that stood out to me. Newcastle 0, Halifax 32. I did not predict that. Newcastle, what's going on there?
They're in trouble at Newcastle as well. They're down.
This is not going well.
The bottom as well. I think the kind of young, inexperienced squad potentially is starting to. I think they'll stay up. I think Newcastle have got enough flair to stay up, but I do think there'll be a few scorelines like this where they just don't have the experienced bodies. Maybe not that, but they just don't have enough to get them over the line against a team like an Halifax. The top 6 playoff contenders sort of thing.
Yeah.
But they'll be right.
Yeah, disappointing, humbling, but hopefully they'll rebuild.
Good for
One
Halifax.
team who is rebuilding is Widnes. 44-6 at home to Whitehaven. That's more like what we'd expect from Widnes. Yeah.
And that's definitely what they needed as well, given recent performances. And I mean, we said Widnes could be in a relegation battle. Whitehaven's one of the teams down there with them, so it's a big win realistically.
Yeah, big win.
Takes the pressure off.
York, I don't think there's much to say about this. Is the routine 34-6 win at home to Oldham.
Yeah, expected. Definitely.
Likewise, Featherstone 50-18 win away at, I'll say Sheffield Doncaster.
Yeah, I mean,
we said there'd only be one win, didn't they, at the Keepmoat? And, you'll find out in League One, but spoiler, there was one win at the Keepmoat.
Yeah, true.
And, do you know what? I'm going to let you loose now. Go on. London Broncos 8, Bradford Bulls 32 and a pointless drop goal to make it 33.
No, the drop goal happened at the end of half, like it was 10 seconds to go before half time. We had the ball on their line. You put a drop goal over essentially. But I mean, I like I said last week, I didn't have the chance to go down to London and watch it, and I was working anyway, so I have watched the game now, but I didn't watch it live.
Oh, by the way, guys, if you were wanting to see us in the studio this week, blame Callum for being working.
That's why once stuff calms down, basically work part time in like hospitality. Obviously, everything's back open. It's busy. I'm in a lot.
Blame you. We don't need your autobiography.
Piss off, right? So yeah, but in all accounts, Bradford's best performance at season. London apparently didn't look that good, and from what I've seen, they didn't either. Some great tries. New signings are looking good. We're actually looking like a contender, to be honest. We're actually looking good. We're playing good rugby, defensively good, and it's looking up. You said you backed London, and I told you were a madman.
To be fair, I do this mostly to wind you up, but
yeah, true. But yeah, great. Away at London's a really hard place to go as well. And
is this at the new London ground in Wimbledon?
No, it was at the the one they've been playing at. I can't remember.
The Trailfinders, is it?
Trailfinders, yeah. Which I've been to a few times. It is a nice little ground, but
fair enough. Do you want to do your other major story this week that has broken? This morning, actually, as we're recording.
Yeah.
While we're on the topic of Bradford, I'll let you get your tears and sob stories out about going home.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's been an interesting one because no one's known what's going to happen. It came out last week about Dewsbury only allowing 700 fans in at their stadium. That's all it's going to be allowed.
It's ridiculous.
There's obviously a good, there's not every Bulls fan who usually would have bought a season ticket because it's the uncertainty as with every club, but a good couple of thousand have at least. So it just wasn't going to work. Everyone were worrying about how they were going to actually be able to get into the game. Is it going to be like you get out of 3 games, you only get to go to 1? But they've fast tracked the move
Welcome to my world.
They've fast tracked the move back to Odsal, thankfully. So we're back there on Sunday, and we're there for the next 18 months. It's an 18-month contract. It's all been done up as well for the Stockcast, so it's looking good. Good to be back as well, back actually in his own ground and that sort of thing. So it's going to be good. And I'm looking forward to it.
You never know, Callum might feel nice and vlog it for the channel.
Yeah, 100%. I'll get some video footage of, how the ground's looking now. Just bits and bobs out game. Why not? Some good content and decent title as well. Back Odsal revived from the dead.
I mean, it looked like it was fit for the dead when we were last there, so let's hope it looks a lot more chic now rather than just shabby.
Yeah, 100%. Hopefully next season we'll have Leeds back there in Challenge Cup again so we can do you over.
Well, hopefully we'll go back there and we'll absolutely do you over instead, Harry Newman hat-trick.
Oh, God. If he's not in Sky Studio, that is. Yeah, get in League One.
Well, Newman is injured, to be fair. Like, he's only doing punditry because he can't play anyway.
Yeah. I think it's good that he is. I think it's good.
Yeah, so do I, to be fair. Second game at the Keep Moat now. Doncaster 62-24 over West Wales. I feel like this was expected, really.
Yeah, I mean, we predicted it, didn't we? West Wales, people thought they might have a few shocks in there, actually maybe make the League One playoffs, but I don't think it's going to happen. Doncaster are a team who I think probably will. They've got a strong team and they've showed it here, haven't they? A big win over West Wales.
Another team going to be straight up there is Workington. They got a win at the Crusaders, 16-44.
Again,
it's getting dominant in Cumbria in League One.
Yeah, 100% Barrow with another win this week as well, if I'm right.
Yep, 29-6 at the South Leeds Stadium over Hunslet.
Yeah, it could be them two up there really challenging this season, actually. Probably two at strongest squads up there.
I'd agree with that. Big result for London Scholars this week. First win of the season away at Coventry, 26-44.
Again, big. These two are teams probably, the one of these sort of teams might just nab a playoff spot. You never know, but they are teams sort of down towards the bottom, and it's a decent win for London, definitely.
I mean, I know we touched on it in the Barrow when we talked about Barrow being dominant. Hunslet just one win this season. This is a bit concerning from the current champions.
Yeah, definitely, because that team, in League One, it's one of them where there's probably 6 spaces. There's 6 spaces for the playoffs out of 11 teams, and there's probably 7 or 8 teams that realistically have a chance. And some of the big League One names are going to miss out, whether it's a Rochdale, whether it's a Hunslet, whether it's a Doncaster, whether even
we're about to say they're in trouble, but actually there's only 4 teams that have won more than once so far. So to be fair,
yeah,
a run of 2 good results and you're looking at being 3rd again, so maybe not time to worry yet.
Yeah, true.
2 of the teams that have, one team has now won their second game, and that's Rochdale, 43-36 over Keighley.
That's a big win. That's one of them.
That is a big win on the road at Cougar Park.
Yeah, and I mean we've spoke every week. We seem to predict Keighley to win just because they've probably got the strongest squad in League One. Just with the signings, they've got the big names. Your Jake Websters, they've got QLT. Scott Morrell. They've got as well. They've got a good team, but it just doesn't seem to be clicking too well. I mean, it's a close game here, but they're not beating the other big teams, if you know what I mean. They're not as dominant as your Barrows, your Workingtons at the minute. They'll still be in playoffs, don't get me wrong, which is where it actually matters.
Will it be Cumbria for Cumbria this season? Whitehaven down and one or potentially both of the Cumbrian teams up from League One?
Potentially. Yeah, we could just have a straight northern swap. We could have Newcastle and Whitehaven down, Workington and Barrow up. It could happen.
Well, it could, yeah. That's very true. Shall we have a look at next week, see what we think is going to happen?
Yeah. Let's get on to it.
Go on then. We will start in Super League. As always, we'll keep these pretty quick, largely one-word answers, but yeah. Thursday Night Rugby, Salford host Warrington.
Warrington.
Okay, we're going to be boring and stay the same on that one.
Yeah, well, the Salford home fans aren't going to make that much of a difference, I don't think.
Right, okay. Speaking of fans that probably will make a difference, Castleford Leeds.
At Cass, I'm assuming.
It is. It's at the Jungle. Do you know, play like we did against Hull, and I fancy us to win that. Play like we have done in every other match this season, and I think Cass might be getting 60 again. So this purely depends on what turns up.
I'm going to say Cass, just because I think the home advantage will just push them over a bit. I think they are a good team at home, to be fair.
I think it will be Cass, but I want to say Leeds.
Yeah, it'll be a good game. There's, solid game.
Do you know what? I'm gonna be biased. What are you if you can't support your own team?
Yeah, it's not like there's money online about, mate. It's only a prediction, isn't it?
No, there ain't, but I do want to typically beat you. Saints Hull FC. This is a big match as well.
At Saints?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Saints. I think they'll want to bounce back in front of home fans.
Yeah, I also think Saints.
I think they've just got a bit too much quality for Hull FC.
Maybe so, yeah. I think that could depend on the weather, to be fair, as well, because Hull can grind a result out in tough conditions.
I'd say what?
They can get points without needing to throw the ball around and play fancy stuff.
I'll tell you what, that's what a good point you've made there actually on Hull. Like, I think, you speak about Connor, Sneed, Reynolds, that sort of thing, and that dynamic there, and how the backs are so good. Tumi Varvey, Griffin.
Slap Jake Connor.
But that's who. Did
you see the fight?
No, I haven't seen it, mate.
I mean, it was basically not a fight, but basically, Savelio was shouting his mouth off again, as was Connor. Let's just say one of them ended up in an advertising hoarding. It was not pretty. And obviously the ref had no control, and after he told them off, the Hull players laughed at him. Talk about having no respect on the pitch. RFL sort it out. That's an embarrassment.
Yeah, but yeah, what I'm saying is, like, I think Hull's pack's one of the best in the league. I think
absolutely.
You sort of like Ligue Sau's come on playing well. They've actually got a pack that actually is mobile but can grind out, like you've said. I am impressed with it. And obviously you've got to play like Danny out in it middle there. You can't really go wrong.
No, very true. Speaking of teams that can grind out results, Catalan now, they've got Wigan in France.
I'm gonna back.
I think it could be an overseas double.
Yeah, I think they're on a bit of form now, Catalan. I think Maloney's firing really well. I think he's probably playing some of the best rugby he's played since he's moved over to Catalan. I do think from NRL.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think he's getting involved a lot more than he maybe did last year. Maybe taking a bit of the weight off Tompkins as well, because Tompkins were really... we said at the start of the season, Tompkins might win Man of Steel. I don't think he will now, just because I think the ball's getting... I think responsibility is being shared a bit better at Catalan, and that's probably why they're winning more games. Do you know what I mean? They're looking a lot better, because it's not all on Tompkins' shoulder to make everything happen.
No, a one-man team never typically does as well over a full season.
Yeah.
As one where you see a lot more of the points and the flair shared.
I don't know.
So that's fair.
Salford 2019 begs to differ with Hastings, but wait, I forgot they had Chris Wellham as well. Sorry.
Well, exactly. There we go. You saved me having to say that one. But no, I mean, I know what you mean. It's a bit. I do think that's a good example, actually, of where that theory perhaps doesn't always prove true, but then is that also a testament to the quality of the pack that Salford had that year? And actually,
yeah, definitely, it wasn't a one-man team. That really
is Jackson Hastings a bit too good, almost, that you can't actually stop him.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That season he was. That's he was best player in league, wasn't he, realistically? Yeah,
I don't think that's a debate, really. I think that's just a fact. Anyway, on to Sunday, because we're getting very sidetracked by Jackson Hastings. Hull KR Lee. That's got to be a bounce back for Hull. It's at Craven Park.
I'm gonna say Lee. I think KR are gonna just be hell. They've give Wakey a win. Now they're gonna give Lee a win, and then they're gonna find themselves back in a relegation battle. Even though we've said they're actually looking decent, and they're gonna get down in shit again. But do
you know? I have belief in him. Come on, KR, you can prove me right on this one.
Tony Smith's Barmy Army and all that.
Well, he's a Leeds legend.
Yeah, true. So's Ryan Hall, to be fair, arguably the best player.
Exactly. Well, they're not called Hull Kingston Rhinos for nothing.
True.
Last game of the week then, Wakefield Huddersfield, the two worst teams in West Yorkshire at this point, I think.
Oh, yeah, you're being very generous to Leeds here. I think Huddersfield.
Well, no, because I think Leeds
are
actually good, because we've only really had the Leeds under-19s out for most of this season.
I don't know. Huddersfield did beat you the other week, though, so I do not think you can say that statement, to be honest.
I mean, I think I can when you look at the side we put out, but...
Yeah, I know what you mean, but yeah.
We have to nearly throw Sean Long at Kitman at half-backs because we have that few players left.
They probably would have done a better job, to be fair, as well.
Do you know, I mean, I think Sean Long would do a better job on pitch than in coaching staff. What has he actually done? Anyway, that's another debate for another day. We're not talking about Leeds coaching staff again. We had that last week.
Yeah, true.
Wakefield or Huddersfield? What are you saying?
I'm going to say Huddersfield, yeah. I'm going to say Huddersfield. I don't think Wakefield.
I'm going to back the train.
Oh,
Back-to-back home wins. Chris Chester is going to prove why he should be in like a Warrington job or something daft.
Yeah, and he'll end up earning himself like Leeds job or something, won't he?
Well, yeah, we discussed whether that would be an improvement or not in some of the other videos.
Yeah, definitely.
Championship time?
Yeah, let's get on to it. They're properly...
Debatable.
Yeah, well...
We're not doing League One yet. Anyway, Toulouse Newcastle.
Toulouse. They're going to go unbeaten all season. I genuinely even think they'll beat Fev.
I think Fev away is going to be the only challenge they've got, to be honest with you.
I do think that... With thing is with Toulouse, every season we say this. I feel like everyone thinks they'll go unbeaten, but a team like in 2019, I think Bradford went over there and beat. Like they are susceptible to lose a game. Like Swinton beat them over in Toulouse the other year. Like it's, you know what I mean. It's not as dead set as we think, but I just can't see them losing right now. The squad's best it's been in years for Toulouse. Like
Swinton beat Toulouse the other year. Can they beat Batley at the Foxes Biscuit Stadium on Sunday? That's the real question.
I think Batley. Look where Batley are. Batley are fourth in the league, man. It's mad.
They are.
They've only lost twice,
and I think they're going to stay at least fourth because I think they're going to beat Swinton.
Yeah, I'm probably going to back them. I can't like they're playing good rugby, Batley. You know what I mean? I'm backing it. What
about your boys then? Bradford York.
Now this is going to be a right, especially at Odsal in front of. Like home Bulls fans, it's going to be a close game because we know that York.
I've got a question for you.
Go on.
Is Danny Brough injured or was he taken off as a precaution?
Precaution. Well, he said he'd like tweaked something in his groin, but then when he were off, he was running on it. He was running on it fine, so it was probably the right. If we'd have kept him on,
he's expected to play though.
Yeah, 100% expected to play. No injury news from then. So it's an interesting one because York have got all these big Super League names, but I do think that secretly at Bradford we've been bringing like these young academy products, and there's all the academy news now, but we're not going to get into that. But we're starting to actually build a team that like these academy players are actually turning into Super League level players. You know, like we sold, Minchella, Staunton, and like Milnes.
It's almost as if Bradford can actually produce some Super League players, isn't it?
Exactly.
Do you know what? Actually, let's discuss that one potentially on Saturday. Let us know if you want to see a full video on that one.
Yeah.
We'll stick to the predictions because I'm aware these are not quick in the slightest at this point.
Yeah, I know. But I'm going to go.
I'm
backing
going to
the
actually
Bulls.
side with you.
I'm backing
I hate to do it. I'm actually going to agree with you on this one. I want York, please win.
We're actually going to go up, mate. We're third in league. Oh, we're actually going up.
Right, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Halifax, Featherstone to also continue their unbeaten run.
Again, I think if ever going to lose a game, it'd be away at like an Halifax potentially, but I am going to back Fev.
London Dewsbury, can they bounce back?
I think so, yes, just because I don't think Dewsbury have got the sort of mobile team that'll work well on that AstroTurf pitch. I think certain teams, like the big teams, usually throw the ball around a bit more, but I don't think Dewsbury suit that pitch. And I think, again, London will want to bounce back, won't they, 100%.
Yeah, so. I think so. Oldham Widnes.
Oldham are a solid. Oldham at home are a good team. Yeah, I actually think Oldham haven't played too bad this season. They've not been bottom at table fodder like we thought they would be.
Well, they are 12th.
Yeah, but there's a lot of teams around them though. Like we're a Widnes 11th.
The only team that have a worse points difference is pointless Swinton, and that's only by 5. They're on a minus 168.
Yeah, well, they'll be right. They'll beat Widnes.
I don't think they will.
Yeah, it'll be a close one, I think.
I'm backing Widnes on that one. I am going to back Sheffield at home to Whitehaven though.
Yeah, me too. I think Sheffield have they started off season strong. Obviously, absolutely thrashed us first game, but they've really dropped off recently. You know, the 5 games after that they've lost 4, won 1, and yeah, they've played good rugby at times, but they have dropped off. And you know, people are saying
they're not getting the results. Yeah,
no, they could struggle for playoffs, especially with teams like Halifax picking up wins as well recently, and York have obviously bounced back.
Right, we are actually going to do League One as one-word predictions because otherwise we will be here till probably the time this game kicks off.
Yeah, go on.
West Wales Scholars.
Scholars.
Raiders.
Bloody hell. Rangi Chase Pie.
Exactly. Workington Doncaster. Big game.
Workington.
Yeah, I agree. Town will win that. Another win in Cumbria. Barrow will beat Crusaders.
Yeah, agree.
Coventry to get another home loss at Rochdale.
Yeah, agree.
And Keighley at home to just edge out Hunslet.
I think Keighley need a win. I think they'll get it. Both teams need a win to be fair, but we're going Keighley.
Yeah, they do, to be fair. That is our predictions for this week. So, yeah, let us know what your thoughts on that in the comments. Let us know if you want to hear Callum rant about academies, and I'll chip in for good measure probably as well. And yeah, until then, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Follow us on social media, links in the description, and goodbye.
Yeah, catch you later guys. Bye.